it is to build good relationships, because if you haven't got good relationships with civil servants, with organisations you're dealing with, outside bodies who come to talk to you because the time of the Secretary of State is quite pressured, then it is going to be very hard to be effective. Secondly, you've got to be determined in following through the priorities that have been set by the person that you work for, and you have to be able to work very hard and to deal with a huge number of things at once. Many was the day I would come into work and the list of things I'd written the night before that I needed to do today never got looked at. A crisis blew up. Something happened. So you have to be very, very flexible, and you have to be very good at doing a whole load of things at one and the same time.
In terms of top tips, I think pick your battles. I don't think you should expend your capital on everything and you know, get out the guns for every little thing across Whitehall and across the centre. I think you have to have a sense of when are you going to be successful and when are you not. Trust the people around you, because that pays dividends. Don't walk around thinking everyone's out to get you, even if they are. You have to exercise some trust and build some meaningful relationships. And finally, try to keep an overview of what's going on, what's happening in the next few weeks, things to be aware of, and your relationships will help you with that, but try at least a couple of times a week to take a step back and have a look at what's coming down the line.
Over the years, I learned, be cautious about offering opinions about what somebody else, your boss, thinks. So don't take on airs, be cautious about the opinions you offer, and then work constructively with officials. Now, of course, you have to have a space in which you can offer private advice to ministers, and there's some interesting tensions around all of that. But all that is manageable if you build a relationship, not only with your minister, but with the colleagues in your department. And there's lots of ways you can do that. Look to the permanent secretary, look to the principal private secretary to help you.
I think special advisors need to think very carefully when they come in to this role that this is about their minister and it's not about them. And some of the times that I think it's gone wrong for special advisors is when they have over assumed their roles and the impact of them themselves in doing their job. At the end of the day, this is about the minister and it's about the government. It's not about you as an individual. And the best special advisors are those who work hard behind the scenes, making sure that their minister is getting their decision making, their influencing, their relationships right. As soon as a special advisor steps out of that and their profile becomes higher, then there's always a danger that something's going to go wrong. So my advice would always be manage your relationships, work behind the scenes, and make sure you always remember that it's your minister that's in the front, not you.
I think the main risk for a special advisor is thinking you're more important than you are. You are a cog in the wheel, and you're there because somebody more important than you has been elected and has been given high office. You are not that person, and it's important you remember that. You're there to help and to serve the country and to serve your minister and to serve the government. And I think that's the most important thing to remember. If you do that, then the most important way to operate, I think, is to add value. You know, what are you there for? There are lots of officials there. They can help deliver policy and get it through Parliament. Ministers can take decisions. You've got to make sure that in whatever role you're hired, in whatever department, whether you're at the heart of government or in one of the individual departments, that you're actually adding value, that you're improving the performance of your minister, and that you're helping the department operate. And if you're doing all those things, then you are ultimately being a good special advisor.